Dano from the Nocturnal. So sitcoms are kind of built off of chemistry, but your characters have this sort of like anti-chemistry. You're at loggerheads with one another. And I was wondering, now that you're on season 2, how that, off-screen chemistry between you two and comedic, rapport between you, how's that changed in this new season?
I always feel like Tommy is my older brother, even though he's younger than me. On the show, like Jaden, and I feel like there's a lot, like they get closer, but also like brothers. We have like a succession relationship this season, and I can't wait for people to see it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's no matter how close we get, we're never more than a step away from like giving each other a noogie. You know what I mean?
Is that real life too, or just with the characters?
Well, in real life, it's constant noogies. That's how we greet each other in the morning in the makeup trailer. It's like, hey, I know you have to do his hair, but 1 second, let me just muss it up a little.
He's a bully. Mike bullies me constantly. No, I love Mike. It's the best. I think we're two sweet gentlemen, and we play two sweet gentlemen also who don't get along, but they try to. Jaden's a lot. I don't know if I would get along with Jaden.
Has anything changed or evolved with your collaborative relationship with Tina Fey over the years?
Yeah, I'm less terrified. In the beginning, I mean, like I think she is I think she's the most influential person to ever walk through those doors at SNL. She's brilliant, and she has created so much from it. And I was in awe of her. My first episode of SNL was the first time she did Sarah Palin, and it was my first time doing the show, and I just stopped everything to watch her do it and was just like, look at this, look at her and Amy. Like, it was nuts. But now that I text her now. I've gotten to the point where I feel comfortable texting her, not like a child when I do that.
So I'm a Los Angeles native myself, and a lot of stuff of the show really it's very close to home. So I was wondering what, for both of you, Kyla, you have a relationship with a very embarrassing father, and Bella, you're a young professional navigating life in LA. If there's any moments where you're reading the script and you're like, oh man, this is just way too real.
The writing is so good that I think there's a little bit of truth behind every joke, which is what makes the show so special and fun to watch. But no, I definitely have so many moments, even when we're filming a scene where I'm like, this could absolutely happen tomorrow in a Whole Foods.
Yeah, I think there was one script that ended up getting, this part got cut, but Michaela was in a long distance relationship with someone who lived in Venice, and that is a real thing in LA. When you live on the east side and someone lives on the west side, it truly feels long distance. So there's a lot of things that just creep up and are very, they're so real that they're hilarious.
Super Bowl commercials last month was the NBC one with Ted Danson. And I was wondering if you guys, how you reacted to that, if you roasted him a bit for that, or what were your thoughts on that?
It was the one where he's the king of NBC, right?
Right, and then every other NBC person was getting annoyed, that Ted or Keenan, why not me,
Anniversary of Cheers, so I mean,
earned it.
40 years on a network.
For both Holly and Ted, you guys have both worked in a lot of different comedic styles, and Tina Fey has her own cadence and brand. Is there a difference in approach or learning curve when versus like a Bored to Death and Cheers to this, or with Holly like a Coen Brothers script to this? I guess Ted, you also a Coen inspired script with Fargo. What's the difference in approaching it?
Well, Robert and Tina are very fast. It's much more of I grew up in Here Comes a Joke, pretty good joke, right? And the audience would laugh and you'd go on. There was a pause, there was a kind of one thing at a time. And this is very, very, very fast. You're doing shots. You're pointing out something that something political but you're kind of firing over your shoulder as you go galloping by. So the speed, the elevated quality of the writing, the words, it's a challenge. I mean, your job as an actor is to ground whatever you're doing in some kind of reality. And Tina and Robert are pulling you the other way, going, no, let's shoot for the moon, but your job remains the same. So that tension of making whatever it is they're asking you to do real is I think the joy, the challenge, and the excitement of what we're doing. And let me just add one thing about Holly Hunter. You know, I can be a nice actor, meaning I know what you want, so I'll give it to you. You know, here it comes, you know, and that can be slightly boring sometimes. I watch Holly insist on grounding what it is she's doing. It couldn't be as far-fetched as you can imagine, but it's still grounded. And you never let go of that, Holly. And it's a real inspiration for the rest of us. For me, I'll speak for myself.
Thanks, Ted.